All day. Welcome. We're going to just do our quick little read. Quick little read so that I can finish in time. It is fall weather over here. I am Celeste. We talk about fifth dimensional consciousness and the preparation of new earth and becoming the assemblies of light, which is a grounded version of preparation for first contact and allowing us to create new versions and new systems of higher vibrational systems that are multi-vibrational, multi-dimensional, aligned with unity consciousness, aligned with the Christ consciousness. And in those systems that we're creating for New Earth, having a lot of help from our celestial families and our celestial galactic federations, as well as the stories and the lessons that we've all learned along the way through our own healing of our integration of our soul fragments. So soul fragments are in the process of ascension. Some will go through the process of ascension and some won't, simply because of the amount of karma and density they've had to work through. To move forward in the process of ascension, one soul must work through 51% of its karma that it has earned through the many lifetimes that it has been in a spiraling of 3D experience. So we are transmuting 3D. We're going into a 5D experience. So any of the karmic experiences, which we've called soul integration or soul fragments, and these are just the aspects of self that you have chosen at a soul level, at the highest level of soul level, a 13th dimensional soul contract with you and God and Source Creator and your oversoul, based on your contribution to your oversoul and all of its lessons and themes. You're choosing at the highest level of who you are as a soul to clear and complete and integrate back into the soul of itself 51% of your karma. And that has been from 3D timelines, all the way from 3 to 5D timelines in all of your earth and off-earth worlds and experiences. That's why many of our experiences are mirrored in the galactic wars. And so it's up to you to transmute these energies through looking at and allowing those triggers that you move through every day to be a part of your integration and to be part of your inner reflection, your inner observation, and bringing back into self heart-spaced experiences and heart-spaced alignments of new perspectives and new belief systems. So that when you're aligning at the heart center, you can then take compassion and forgiveness on all of these soul fragments of your discrimination and separation, and your fear and control and domination energies, and look at them and then reharmonize them into a unity consciousness, which is one is the all and the all are one. So we are moving towards 5D consciousness, one is the all and all are one, and why everything you do affects everyone else. So in that unity consciousness, understanding that what is coming before you is for you to integrate those fragmented aspects, is for you to integrate anything that was not held in unity and oneness, because everything you do does affect everything else and everyone else. So we have to actually get this. So Interpol investigations, just note that there was 10 people that just signed on all at once. So the IP addresses will be important. We're moving to, I'm just going to talk about higher consciousness information, and we're talking about the higher order of law and order that is coming on our, go back and look at our channel and any of our videos for those that so desire. So we're going to finish off the channel that we had yesterday. As we've been moving through various integrations and expansiveness of humanity, moving into a higher vibrational threading, we're moving into higher vibrational light, celestial light, omnipresent light. The planet as a whole is moving into galactic bedding of higher omnipresent light, which means that all of the light we're being bathed with will show anything that is not in alignment of unity consciousness. So again, obviously you can look at the comments, and anything that you see that is not in unity consciousness and anything that is negative and dark, you will see that is not in alignment with unity consciousness. So our role is, from here on out, all of humanity, if you so choose to be on the ascension ride, eternal life, you're going to be responsible for everything that moves in your day to harmonize back into unity, to harmonize back into your soul oneness. It is source gathering itself back to source, source recombining itself back to source, because we are each soul fragments of source creator. So in a nutshell, that's what ascension is. It's a very sacred process. It's also called activating your light body. It's also called many, many things, and you can do your own research. Because if you were an enlightened being and you chose to advance yourself as a higher vibrational ultra-human or celestial and activating your celestial DNA, your alien DNA, you'd want to kind of do these things because it's really important about who you are as a soul. You want to understand yourself as a soul. You want to understand the lifetimes that you've had as a soul, why you've chosen the beliefs that you've had, and the beliefs in the powers that you've given away. because they will be changing in 5D. We're not going to be giving our power away. When we reach 5D, we will have reclaimed all of the power and all of the energy, and we would have adjusted our beliefs so that we understand everyone outside of us is an aspect of who we are. I don't speak Hindi. If I spoke Hindi, I would be speaking Hindi. It's not my language. But you can change your adjustment in your settings, and you can do closed captioning. Anybody that comes in my comment fields, most of you probably just do this because it's just your personality. Any channel that you go to and they're doing a live stream, they're not going to waste time in explaining over and over again what they talk about. Go to my channel and go to previous videos. I talk about 5D consciousness. I talk about healing the karma so that you can move into a 5D state of being, an ultra-human state, your highest version, to create unity consciousness. The planet is moving through ascension. I talk about ascension topics. So go to my videos and go to the explanations and go and watch a couple of videos and do your homework before you come on and pretend to waste people's time that are very, very important. My time is super, super important. And I'm not going to waste time every video explaining what my channel is about. Go look at my channel. Go look at my work. I've been on here for 17 years. I've been doing my work for 17 years. I've written 3 books. I talk about higher consciousness. I talk about source creator. I talk about the God consciousness. I talk about who we are as Christed beings. Has nothing to do with religion. I talk about who we are as transmuting in higher vibrational beings. I am an ultra human. I am a conduit. I'm an empath. I'm a vibrational healer. I'm a vibrational teacher. I'm a seer. I'm a prophet. I am now moving into position of my placement in the assemblies of light, which is going to be this new version of our socioeconomic systems that people will be taking their place and God will be shifting many people. Part of our channel today is so I can get on point and I can get on the energy now of today's topic. We're going to be talking about new law and order, finishing off yesterday's channel, about all of the debauchery and all of the corruptions that have been going on. And the theme of yesterday's show was that the governments, the local governments, have been directly in charge of setting up cults and covens within the communities of who's been targeted and who's not been targeted, for the most part. When it comes to my discrimination case, when it comes to my enslavement case, when it comes to my human rights cases, everything has been set up and the top dogs were the governments. The shadow governments are absolutely responsible. And they've been then directing and doing the direction to the cults and the covens in the communities to ensure that every now and then I would be set up, I would be sabotaged, my life would be made as hell as possible. Because the intentions were that anything that was in my name, inheritance, lineage inheritance, ancestral inheritance, all of those things would go to the doppelganger or the makeshift and the false prophets that would go to the false operative programs and agendas of the governments and the people that earn their power through control and domination and corruption, because they didn't want to have to change the way that they did things. They didn't want to have to change how their money was flowing to them. They didn't want to see the change of the Divine Father's will. And of course, they're low vibrational, very wounded men. Most of them are men, led by men. The systems made in our collective are 98% led and created by men for many thousands of years. This is the way our systems have been. Our systems have always been made up and led and directed by men. They need to change. It needs to change. The planet in and of itself is in a red flag zone, which means we need to operate change before it goes into entropy. And everybody that's operating in corruption, you will go into entropy. That's just the outcome of your quantum choices. It's the outcome of your quantum vibration. You will be on the earth that you are vibrationally connected to. And you can go watch any other channeler and they talk about the importance of your vibration. You're responsible for your vibration. You're responsible for your consciousness. And if you choose not to expend any of them and enhance any of it, then you're going to be on the lowest vibrational earth. If you choose not to take part in ascension, that's fine too. It's all free will. But if you choose not to take part in it, then you're going to be on the lowest consciousness earth. It is just your choice. You chose that. But you don't have to come on and bully and you come on and discriminate and create hate and create tower moments for somebody that is just being who they are. This is my channel. I have my right to my voice. I have my right to teach who I am and what I am. And if it's not your cup of tea, then go. Then move to another channel. I do have my rights and I will be supported every day I come on here. The Father, the heavens, the celestial councils will support. Whatever my role is, I will be supported. And everybody will be moved out of the way. Because I'm tired of being discriminated. I'm tired of being suppressed. I'm tired of being silenced. And I'm tired of being veiled so nobody sees me or knows me. I'm meant to be known in the collective. I'm a teacher. I'm a healer. And I'm an absolute spiritual guide. I should be already in the collective. I should already be living my best life instead of living on the street. So again, these are the things that have been happening in the collective for 50 years. For 50 years, the ascension process has been waylaid and depressed and suppressed, but it's not going to be anymore. Ascension is going to keep going. That is not going to stop the light. Suppressing and trying to take out one light worker is not going to change anything. It will just put you on a faster track to entropy. So again, because it's dark and because it's low vibration, because it's low intelligence, they're just moving themselves in every action that they do into a quicker path of entropy, which is called Epstein Earth. Because it's all corruptive. Nobody cares about anybody. You're not caring about your actions affecting anybody else. All you care about is your sacrificing, the money, trafficking, your money, selfishness, the money, false clout, the money, and all the things that you think are important. You don't care about your chakras. You don't care about the alignment. You don't care about anybody else around you or how you're going to be in your godliness. Your Christ consciousness, your Metatronic light. I teach about that. And then I look at the wounds on why and how did we choose what we did so that you can heal those 51% of your soul fragments. You can heal those aspects of the separated self. You can heal those aspects of your divine feminine, your divine masculine distortions. Those have to be healed before you pass through the 5D gates. These are soul progressions. These are soul growth actualizations that you absolutely have to heal. You have to do the alchemy yourself. You actually have to do the alchemy. How do you do the alchemy? By healing, doing the daily work. That's why we always say, do the work. Sit down and every day do the path work. Who are you? What you exist within and what's going on within you. So that you can look at the things that unfold in your life, your specific life. What are you triggered by and why? What are the themes that are triggering you and why? Look at it, face it, and heal it. And how do you heal? The 3 A's in alchemy. You need to acknowledge it, you need to accept it, and then you need to allow for a new vibration by entraining a higher thought form, a higher belief pattern, a higher perspective. These are all the things I teach. It's called divine relationship. I'm the only one on the planet that teaches this. Nobody was ever given permission to take my intellectual property or to use it or to call it theirs. Nobody has had any input in my work on any level at all. I get my downloads from God and I create. So if anybody said anything different and they've managed to take businesses and they've managed to call something theirs, they've managed to take my ideas from my thoughts and my visions and my stories and then make a business out of it or make a patent out of it or do anything other than what is mine. They're absolutely illegal, and just like the Ark of the Covenant, they will be shown that they will have bad luck and their money will be dirty and they will not go any further. Because my downloads are meant to be in mine. I'm meant to absolutely be in luxury of my downloads. I'm actually meant to be in honor, and I'm meant to be in pride, and I'm meant to live off of my downloads. But everybody and their dog has been suppressing and stealing and taking and raping and harvesting. There's only been 3 years of my 54-year life here where I have not been harvested. Since then, everybody's taken me and used me and raped me as if I'm some Energizer bunny, free for all, sex orgies, being raped and harvested by everybody and their elite dogs. While nobody's been accountable, nobody's paid me a penny, but everybody has gotten their use and their predictions and taken my ideas and taken my everything from me so that you can go off and run and make a quick buck and you can go and make your quick bandwagon and you can pretend that you're a prophet, and you're not. Because if I put you on stage right next to me and anybody would ask us any questions about my work and my intellect and my downloads, you would not be able to answer one question because you're not connected with your higher self, which is what I teach. You're not connected with your pineal, which is what I teach. You're not connected with God because you're not. God would not give you a download because they're not your downloads, they're mine. I've earned it. I've earned my seeing-ship. I've earned my conduit-ship of how to express high form ideas, high vibrational ideas, high conduit ideas, high consciousness ideas. I can get a download from the 7th dimension and I can speak it in a 3rd, 4th, or 5th dimensional manner so that most of whoever is listening will get the opportunity to get something from it, to glean something from it, to get expansion from it. I'm an activator. I'm a multidimensional activator. That's who I am. That's what I am. That's what I am with Source. I see through the veil of Source. I explain things. I'm an activator. You can't just wake up one day and swap a destiny and pretend that you're a conduit. You can't. And you cannot just wake up one day and pretend that you're a vibrational healer. You can't. It takes many, 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 many lifetimes. This is my lifetime to receive. I haven't received anything but abuse. And when I come on my channel, this is my channel. Nobody owns me, nobody handles me, and the local governments do not have a say on what I express as part of the God-divine plan for all of humanity. Humanity needs to awaken to the truths of what higher consciousness is. There are other channels that talk about the exact same thing. I talk more specifically about the ascension process, how to transmute your alchemy, how to transmute the trauma and be a higher vibrational being of light, being godly. That's what I talk about. That's what I teach. I'm a teacher on many other planets throughout the galaxy, throughout the multiverse. That's what I am in the multiverse, and I'm an ambassador of peace and of teaching about the light body, so that you can travel and traverse about the galaxy as you wish. But first, you must be balanced in your divine feminine masculine energies. Nobody will be able to leave the planet until you are fully healed in both your energies. That's what we talk about, that's what we teach. But these teachings called light wisdom intelligences have been suppressed on this planet since way back when Jesus was crucified. And Jesus was crucified due to discrimination, which we now all know. They didn't want Jesus speaking of a multidimensional God that was not the Abraham written God, that was not the text in the Bible God. And why to this day I still get attacked? Because people are still living in the bigotry of what one person thinks God is. There's billions of people on this planet, and each of us get our own unique expression of what God is, first of all. Second of all, it's up to nobody outside of me to tell me what my experience of God is. I get to have my experience of God, and I get to be my godliness. Nobody's going to take it from me. Nobody's going to reclaim it from me. Nobody's going to swap it. Nobody's going to take it. They didn't earn it. Nobody at a low vibrational 3D dimension, now even lower, probably 2-dimensional person, is ever going to tell me that they're going to take my destiny by doing voodoo and hoodoo and witchery on it. They can't and they won't. They're going to get karma, 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 karma. And everybody's getting karma, 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 karma. Because I've survived 3,000 rituals and over 50 sacrifices. And you better bet there was a whole bunch of people gathered around the moon and gathered around a fire doing rituals on me last night. Well, I'm still here. Hello. As I said, nobody gets to dictate my destiny. Nobody's going to write me in or out of this story. God is, I am. And if you don't like it, again, it's free will to be on my channel. You can move. So again, Interpol, we must look at all of these beings that come on my channel, and all they do is just provoke me and poke me and prod at me. These are the same people that have been doing and being paid for systematic abuse. It's not okay, it's illegal, and it's discriminatory, and it's hate. I have the right to come on my channel and be exactly who I am without being provoked and attacked every single time I go live. And you see 15 to 20 people sign on all at once because it's an organized crime. As soon as I go live, they all come on, and behind the screens, they're doing their voodoo at me. This is what happens in the dark occult energies and the covens and the satanic little rituals and all of these people that are being paid by the governments and all these people that are being paid by satanic groups to shut me up and silence me. And yes, the Vatican has been involved in it. The Vatican has been involved in silencing me because they know that what I have to say will activate the entire human collective. Because I'm a vibrational teacher, I am the twin ray of Jesus, and I carry the impact of the heavens. So if you want to know who you are and activate who you are in the highest godliness of who you are, you can go back to any one of my 800 videos that I do free of charge, that I give freely, that I give because I'm a healer, because I'm an author, because I'm a divine goddess on this planet, and I'm going to lift, raise anybody that wants to go through the 5D gates. That's my right, that's my birthright, that's my purpose. I know my purpose, I know my destiny. Ain't nobody going to sit in my shoes. So if my energy feels unique and honoring because I am celestial, I have a lot of star codes, I'm a celestial being, I'm an ultra human, that's what God gave me, that's the name God gave me, I'm an ultra human being. I have a lot of star destiny codes inside my DNA, and I help people how to activate their own star seed. So they don't have to pretend to be somebody else, they don't have to want to be like somebody else. All you got to do is heal and be you, and your DNA will be activated just like you, and you're going to get your own destiny, you're going to get your own gifts and skills, and you're going to be on stage however you want to be on stage, whether it's baking muffins or whether it's singing songs. Because so far, in everything of our collective, everything that's a system, whether it be arts and entertainment industry, whether it be socio-economic or banking or funeral homes or insurance or judge and lawyers, all of these things are corrupt. It's all corrupt. It's being bled through satanic and demonic energies and rituals that everybody in our collective knows about, and it's getting swept under the rug, and cults and covens and masons and 33rd degree witches and 33rd degree warlocks, all the things that have been going on behind closed doors. The lies, the defamations, the defamation cults and curses that go on. They call it the slow dagger in Mason world. I've been slow daggered since the day I was born. Shuffled off to different cults and covens and people handling me that I didn't even know about, no permissions, that are illegal as fuck. But these are the way these secret covens and cults work. And I've been bringing it forward for many, 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 many years to pull the plug on this whole experience. If you want to be higher intelligence, you would never do any of these low vibrational, dark, black web things. including dark magic, voodoo, root work, mirror work, and all of the things that are done because people have been using and abusing energy and magic as a tool to get things and get stuff and to be aligned as a star for a little bit of a time. People have been abusing energy because they're not intelligent. They haven't been taught or told. So now my channel is telling you, I've been brought back and forth through time many times. I can whip upon any dimension and any timeline I wish. The Galactic Federations are in charge of doing that for me. That's why your 50 sacrifices and your infinite hitmen and your infinite assassins have not been able to take me out. Because my teams will move me just like that. Because I get to be me without any idiot trying to take me out because they don't understand energy, they don't understand quantumness, and they don't care about the planet. I'm here on behalf of the Father's plan, and no 3D person is going to take me out. No 3D person is going to write over me. I have my right to be here. I come back and forth in time. I come back and forth on timelines. I go back and forth in different universes to say one specific thing. How these people have been behaving and the corruption they're in will only create one outcome, and it will be entropy and death. I was brought here because of my knowledge and my wisdom and my expertise. To teach about the soul healing, to teach about fragment healing, to teach about who you are as a soul of the universe. And it requires that you heal so that you can create those memories just like I have of being a fully integrated soul. I have my soul memory. I activate myself and I live as a higher human because I've integrated and I've done my healing. And we've said this hundreds of times. Do the path work. I have come back to mention and to explore and to give you many stories from histories and in ancient galactic wars so that you can piece together and take a look at your world from your viewpoint and perspective in a higher way. If humanity continues the corruption, then it will not be in a good space in 5 years, 10 years' time. And I've come here to say certain stories to awaken you because the corruption that has been had is only one outcome, and it is entropy. It is only entropy. And I have come because I have seen future aspects of Earth. And I have come to awaken humanity. Not to alarm humanity, but to awaken humanity. If you continue in the dark occult practices of taking life and sacrificing and pretending you're God because you're not, it doesn't matter what your smaller box beliefs are. The box stores that are in a mall are the same as religions. They are just small beliefs. The grander umbrella we all exist within is the Creator, oneness, unity consciousness. If Earth does not go through this gate of transition into higher consciousness of 5D unity consciousness, they must go into lower vibrational Earths. In this galaxy, in this universal experience of Earth, she will no longer have a 3D timeline. All timelines are being shifted, which is part of my message today. Many will feel their timelines and their days and their realities shifting because there is going to be grand shifts in timelines. There will be people that will not be allowed to touch my life or my soul, and they must be shifted. They're not allowed to come on my party. They're not allowed to come on my ride. And these timelines must be shifted. Everybody has been told for many, 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 many years. You cannot continue corrupt acts of hatred. You cannot continue corrupt acts of taking people out and voodoo and magic and expect you to be on the same ride of an ascended master that has only done nothing but bring help and love and healing to all that so choose. It is a free will planet. If you choose to ascend, you can go to whatever channel you want on YouTube. Being free will, my channel doesn't deserve to be suppressed and paid by elites to have it suppressed, considering I'm only 2,000 in my subscriptions. But you can have people that talk about cement, you can have people that talk about trees, and you can have people that bake on their channel, and they can get full access to whatever subscribers they want. But I have limited subscribership and nobody sees me. Because everybody's been getting paid off my energy. The world leaders are getting paid by my energy. Everybody has access to my money. Everybody has access to what is truly mine, has always been legally mine, except for me. And these are egregious, egregious, egregious acts on behalf of the heavens, on behalf of the spiritual community, on behalf of my heavenly name and my lineage. And my ancestors are stepping forward to correct things. Because I deserve to have lived in my best life already from my 20s, and I'm now 50. So there's been a lot of people, have a lot of benefit, have a lot of money, have a lot of partying, and a lot of sex orgies on my benefit. And we said enough was enough 5 years ago. If you have not already made right, then you're not going to probably intend to do right. Therefore, thus then, you're going to be shifted. Your time was up. I deserve what I'm owed. I deserve to live my life as best as I can, and I have. I am initiated and I am ranked as well as even higher than the world leaders. I am initiated and highly ranked in the spiritual realm for the being that I am as a spiritual alchemist, as a teacher and a healer, and one of the only few that can go to the places I go and bring light and higher consciousness. I don't care if you believe me, it's not my job to change your beliefs. You can take it up with God. Go book an appointment with Daniel Scranton, and you'll have to wait 3 or 4 months to talk with him, and he can channel any being in the universe you want, and he'll give you the validation on anything that I'm asking, and anything that I bring forward, and anything that I say. I'm not here to waste my time making anybody believe anything different. Go look at your beliefs, look at your box store beliefs, look at your perspectives. I have my right to be here and speak what I speak. If you don't like it, get off my channel. You can go watch the cement channel, or go watch the channel about trees. Go watch the channel about doing a satanic ritual. I have my right to be me. The people in Calgary, you're absolutely guilty, all of you. Everybody in the sex cult in Calgary, from my ex, you're absolutely 100% guilty. You are guilty, and everybody you belong with are guilty. You are guilty for taking money to take me out. You're guilty for paying money. You're guilty for everything that you have done. Everything. The police turning a blind eye, everybody in Calgary and your so-called affiliated businesses and your fake churches, while underground you're running satanic rituals. And you're doing romance schemes, and you're using and you're falsifying and you're using my ID fraudulently. And you're stealing my money left, right, and center, and you have been for many, 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 many years. There's no way I should have survived what I went through. There's no way I should be here, but God has forced my survival. Because I'm here to speak about the many people that were taken out, the many people that were sacrificed, the children that are sacrificed every day. I'm here to talk about corruption. I'm here to bring every child from trafficking. If they so choose to go through the gates, I'm going to bring them. And nobody is going to stop me, because your fat, selfish, greedy ass bellies want trafficking to continue. There is only 2 paths, dear lighted ones, and you can go in an infinite number of ways in these 2 paths. You can keep going how you're going and stay closed and stay small in your beliefs. And that will go into entropy. Because it's being run by very corrupt people on the planet. And they're being put in a timeout right now to look at who they are. There will be those that will not continue because they're just too dark and too dense. They have not earned any light at all to continue in 5D. And there are no more 3D timelines. Therefore, there has to be a shift off. Timelines will shift. You do not have the vibration to continue. That's a basic quantum law and rule. Your core vibration must match Gaia's 5D trajectory. If you don't have a core vibration, the timelines will shift. And it doesn't say that you can still shift after that. Yes, you can. If whatever dimension you're going to do your ascension path work. And then you can still earn your way back to 5D and eternal life. That's between you and God. That's your soul to work on. Again, we ask you, how important is your soul's progression? If you don't care about reincarnation again, and re just means now, another body now, another body now, another body now, I have been given eternal life. That's why I'm here. That's why I did survive. God gave me the blessing of eternal life. That's why I teach it. Again, I offer what I've been told and taught and what I see and my envisions and my experiences as a conduit. I speak as I know as I see. I speak as I know as I feel. I speak as I know as I'm given. I'm threaded with Source Creator God, the one God. And no Satan and no lower deity is going to move you through ascension. So you need to think about that, consider that, and then choose new. Again, I'm not here to make anybody believe any different. I'm saying these are the facts. I've been brought forward back and forth in timelines to discuss how Earth is sitting right now, where are we at, and what you're going to do quantumly is going to base on the Earth you're going to sit on. It's either going to go into entropy and death, because if there's no light, you're not going to survive. Your body needs light. Your consciousness needs to grow, because the Earth is moving forward. The Earth is gaining more light. You have to match that vibration. That's why people are feeling different every day. Your emotions are feeling different. Your body's feeling different. You're feeling more rushed or hurried. You're sensing things around you. Because your consciousness wants you to wake up in it. You have a soul. You want to wake up inside your soul. You want to wake up inside your spirit. It's called being spiritual. We are all here for a spiritual journey. We're not here for a religious journey. We're here for a spiritual journey. We're all spiritual. It doesn't say get rid of your religion, as long as your religion's not touching or affecting anyone else. If you interfere with anybody else, that's the red flag. Because that red flag will earn you karma. That red flag will earn you detriment. That red flag will earn you criminal consequences. Because there will be new laws for dark occult crimes, which have been done on me since the day I was born. These are truths Because I'm healed, because I'm integrated, and because I'm a seer, I'm given these sights and visions and stories to tell all of humanity, those that so desire. There are many and infinite things that you can do as a body that has crystalline light potential. Crystalline light is what you need to move forward in higher consciousness, to learn and grow and be intelligent. Higher intelligent means light. You need light to be intelligent. If it's dark, it's not intelligent. It will never be intelligent. There's no light in it. They rotate on the same karmic patterns, same beliefs, same patterns, same karmic energies, same karmic stories, same karmic illness, same karmic death, same karmic behaviors, same karmic patterns. It's very predictable. You have to jump off that and entrain yourself new. That's why you have alchemy. You have to acknowledge where you are. You have to acknowledge why you did what you did. You have to acknowledge your beliefs and your perspectives. And do you choose to be a better, higher, wiser, better version of you? And if so, then you go in and create the alchemy through love and compassion. That's where you're bringing in the light. You're changing those densities to light. You're changing the density in your cells. Your cells actually turn on in the crystalline light. The more crystalline light you have, the higher vibrational intelligent being you will be. Those of us work with light every day. I get to think and I get to be higher vibrational. That's my birthright. I've earned it. So nobody's going to tell me to be small because they don't understand me. Then go to another channel. That's your free will. But I'm not going to be smaller in my light. I'm not going to be darker in my density so other people can feel comfortable. This is who I am. I'm a higher vibrational being. I want to be who I am and I get to teach. I love talking about source. I love helping people through ascension. That's my job here. The assemblies of light are the earthly constructs, light temples, and light institutions through which we can help humanity create higher vibrational systems and socioeconomic systems so that all can be fed, all can be heard, and voices of everyone are absolutely equal, not just the top 5% of the white elite men running the planet and being the planet. Every voice will be heard. The First Peoples, the Aboriginals, and children, all will be heard. Nature and the innocence on the planet will be heard. We're bringing back innocence because innocence is how you alchemize. Innocence is how you activate the Christ consciousness. Innocence is how you activate your crystalline energy. Innocence is how you activate light. Innocence is how you create. Innocence is how you imagine. The seat of the soul is your imagination. And that's why people have done all of their lives in doing everything they can to harvest. Because why are they harvesting? Because they have no creativity. They're not connected to spirit. In spirit, inspiration. In spirit of. I am in of as spirit. I am fully embodied as spirit. I have an infinite number of ideas. I'm creative, creative, creative. That's why people harvest, because they're closed, they're dense, they're not working with spirit. They're not working with light, they're detached, disconnected. All I teach is to heal the wounding of why people do what they do in trauma and war and violence and harvesting and rape and trafficking. And many of my videos talk about the various stories. How did these things get started? Why did we choose these things? Go back to my videos, do the homework. It started around 1950 when the masculine collective chose not to look at their sexual repressions. And then it began underground situations of debauchery where they were not looking and facing their sexual repressions and their sexual identifications, their sexual ideologies, their idealisms, their church and state dogmaisms. Because everybody's so embedded in church and state. No, everybody on this planet is a spiritual being. Period. See how simple this can be? Everybody's a spiritual being. Everybody has a potential to activate crystalline DNA to go to higher consciousness. That crystalline energy is Metatronic light, also called Christ consciousness. That you can zip, 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 zip anywhere you want, whatever dimension. Because you can, because you can, because you can. You need to activate it. You need to work with it. You need to align with it. That's the name of my 4th book, The Alliance with Light. Because when you align with light, you can survive what I did. You can come out of trafficking. You can come out of RICO crimes. You can come out of family and friends that say they care about you, but are harvesting you left, right, and center for millions and millions while you sit on the street cold and hungry. Because that's just how demonic these people have been because of their lifestyle. They don't have any light in them. They behave the way they do because they have been brainwashed, demonically, debaucherously living their lives in separation of spirit. If you include spirit and harmonize with spirit, you become and you behave as one. Unity consciousness is higher intelligence. You must earn this. You must work with this to get through the 5D gates. These are truths. Even if you have a church and you've been church going for your whole life, Even if you do think you do good things and you're going to say you're going to get through the gates, you still have to earn your 51% and clear your karma and be in the light vibration. These are the laws and these are the rules. But it's been suppressed and people have been silenced. And these are the deeds that will be judged only by God and the leaders of the countries and those people that have been doing the military malicious programs like MK Ultra and Project Stargate and all their cults and covens and all their little minions. Everybody will be judged and everybody's going to get karma and everybody will be blocked. They are not going on this ride. They have been given infinite thousands of opportunities to make right, and I haven't received one penny from anyone. I haven't received my birth documents. I haven't received the very basics of my human rights. There has been absolutely zero laws adhered to in my lifetime. And everybody and their dog of the elitism and of the, whatever is it called, the industry of entertainment. Get a load of that paradox. The industry of entertainment has nothing to do with being in spirit, inspiration. Which is why I'm a part of the assemblies of light. Because I see the core wounding of the psyche of the human, of where it began and why it began. And I explain it in very simple terms as much as I can. Because they're very complex issues that include 8 billion people. And I also keep track of the energies of the planet and the grids. I also keep track of the energies of the animals and the wisdoms and the natures. I also keep track of the interdimensional, multidimensional multiverse that I also belong to. And the systems of light and the hybrids that I'm also belonging to. Because I'm here to activate Christ consciousness. But so far that's then, I've been nothing but beat up, suppressed, and abused, and put in some sort of fucking Truman show so that everybody can get their gain out of me. Everybody can use me for my ideas, everybody can use me for my energies. You can have your little sex orgies and you can manifest as much as you want off my energy. And God said enough is enough, everybody's cords have been cut. You will no longer be able to ever harvest from me, ever. No more harvesting from me. Because I finally get to do and create from my own energy. Because I've been exhausted. You've all used me to the most debaucherous, diabolical, horrible degrees. And my ex is absolutely 100% guilty along with everybody that he belongs with. The children are innocent, he's not. The church that they run is false and fraudulent. Do the books. You're gonna find errors. Everybody that has been connected all the way up to the top dogs, the local governments, which is God's word yesterday, the local governments are at fault. The local governments will be bringing my monies, they will be bringing me my papers, and they will be making it right. And they will take full accountability on the direction that they've been giving the cults and covens. And the cults and covens, if you want your earth and your world to work out as best as you can, as we've said from day one, go to the authorities and speak your story. Because the people above you don't care about you, and you already know that. You're already hitting karma left, right, and center, and there's people dropping all over the place because of your backfire of your decades and decades and decades of black magic and dark occult. What do you think the outcome was going to be? A bed of roses and a garden of plush, hookers standing there for you? You do dark occult, that's going to be your outcome. Your consequences are what you put in. If all you put in is screwing people over, taking people out, you're under underground assassins, you're spiritual assassins. If this is all you do, what do you think your outcome's going to be? And these people go through churches, as many of you seen across North America. All of the things that actually happen behind churches. Not all of them, but some of them. And I'm calling those churches out. That's my job. If I see it, you force your way in my lane, I get to say your story. But you didn't think I did you? You just thought, because of your judgments, because of your bigotry, because I'm divine feminine, because I look the way I look, you thought that I was an easy target. That's why none of you have been able to take me out. How many assassins so far, Spirit? Close to 40. 40 different people have been trying to take me out, top paid people. Judge me all you want. It's your karma. I walk with all realms. I walk with the ancients. I walk with the futures. I walk with the celestials. That is my jurisdiction and that is my bedding. That's why I will never be initiated here on earth. My initiations happen in the heavens. My initiations happen with God. And I'm here to allow a new assembly of light for New Earth Star. Now, if I'm allowed in any way for my voice to be heard and my platforms to be met with the people, as it should have been intended years and years ago, so that I'm not coming online and I'm not fighting for my voice every 5 minutes because there's 30 or 50 satanic ritualists behind the scenes that are paid to do black magic on me where I have to fight to have my energy heard and seen. Because this is every day of my life. God is bringing in extra legions again to move and push people aside, and the timelines are being shifted. So everybody will feel it. And those that do not have the vibration to move along with the bare minimum, the base medial oscillation of Earth, will not be on the ride. They will just simply be on another Earth, experiencing their vibration of wherever they sit vibrationally at their core. These are quantum truths. Ask any other channeler. You cannot be on an Earth that you have not prepared for. You cannot be on an Earth that you have not earned. You cannot be on an Earth where your vibration is completely dissonance. And why we see the violence and the things unfolding, because there hasn't been the proper teachings to teach people how to harmonize and how to integrate and how to heal what's going on. Because when you have a trigger and you're not balanced and all you do is live in the underground, you will be triggered to fight or flight. And again, as we said many years ago, the governments and the policing have worked themselves into against the corner. And again, they're saying this is why the police have turned the blind eye, because they know that. That's why nothing's been done to make anything right with me, except for those that have done the right thing and have called justice and have called judgment for me on my behalf in the various special ops that have been guided. So thank you. And you will be given your protection and you will be given your sovereignty for assisting and doing right when nobody else would. 170 people will be going through their karma because 170 people have been absolutely making it their agenda and their right to live off my money, to live off my energy, and to never have me seen and to have me actually put to death however many times. There's death certificates out there, there's POAs out there, there's different birth certificates out there, there's different stories out there, and all of it is false. There's not 1 ounce of truth to anything that is out there on my life, except from those a handful of people that have been working with the ones that God has been assigning. And of course, what I'm bringing through in channel, because it's right directly with God. The reason why I don't get some of that information is because God was giving everybody an opportunity to redeem their souls. Part of their karma was to come and give me retribution. And not one person has provided me retribution. Not one. There has been people pass on, which I said in my video a couple of days ago. There has been those that have done very big harm to me and big harm to my timelines, and they've done illegal spiritual things, because we talk about the difference between old world energy, where all these old world cults and beliefs and ideas and information and knowledge. It's all it is knowledge, and it's poor knowledge. Poor knowledge about energy. But you have to understand, people, these things were done for thousands and thousands of years. Different tribal magic, different tribal voodoo, different tribal this and different tribal that. Fine. That's in a lower vibrational 3D earth. It's not 3D anymore. We're 5D. And we have to come to higher consciousness knowing. You will not move forward in a 5D consciousness if you're doing voodoo and taking people out, because it's called unity consciousness. Source is the only being in creation that knows everybody's soul all the way to the 13th dimension and every destiny that soul has and every soul fragment that soul has. Lots of soul fragments. What is each of these aspects doing on whatever realm of dimension they're on? Whatever thread that soul fits on. Source knows it all. No person on this earth knows it. Even if they say they're going into the Akash and they can see it, that's bull. There are very few people on this earth that have 100% access to the Akash. And I'll guarantee you, if they work for the lower cults and covens and they work for the government, they don't have high consciousness. And they don't have access to the Akash. The Akash is very well highly guided and guarded. And sometimes what these people think they're seeing is a fabrication or a scrambling image. Because spirit on the other side are high consciousness beings. And they're going to scramble the information to teach them a lesson. Because they're not meant to know what they're not meant to know. They don't have access. It's against the spiritual laws. So right now, humanity is going through an awakening phase. We need to understand energy. Take everything about church and state and set it aside. You're not who you were taught and told you were. You're not where you're living, where you're taught and told you were. And what's inside of you is not what you were taught and told you were. We have to start off right from scratch. And if you choose to pick and pull your religious beliefs and your practices, then do so. But first of all, let's go back to the beginning. You're a multi-vibrational, multi-dimensional being of infinite potential, if you so choose. Free will garners that you have and you can be the commandmentship of you and gain in light and align in light and operate in light and call in all of the healing teams, call in all of your guides, call in your highest celestials, call in the archangels, call in the heavens, call in all of these beings of light, the Galactic Federation, support life, support the Father's plan of evolution. The Galactic Federations don't come here and they're not going to take over. Galactic Federations aren't the one that we need to be afraid of. The ones that need to be feared are the ones that are creating fear and domination programs and the hate programs and the organized corruption on this planet that have been doing it from day one. A lot of the Illuminati have been knowing what they've been doing and they've been creating a lot of separation. The governments have been inciting danger and fear and all of these fear programs and these fear ideologies about things off-world coming and taking us over. They're not. We are here to say, you've been running this planet in a red flag zone for a very long time. You've not allowed the people their higher intelligence wisdoms. You're not allowing the people the higher light they need. You're not allowing the higher light wisdom teachers that are brought here, specifically written in the Father's plan, you're not allowing them their seat. And because I don't have a Stanford certificate and I'm not the top white 5% male with a fat belly thinking I know everything and thinking I got all the money in the world and I'm untouchable, because I'm not arrogant, because I'm not a bigot, I'm coming on and I'm not going to be one of those people sitting in that fat seat because I'm not a man. And I'm not discriminatory and I'm not hateful. No, I'm a star seed, I'm divine feminine, I'm Jesus' twin ray. Get used to it. There's going to be change and it's going to shake up everyone's beliefs. And you can choose to go on the ride for however long you want, and it's going to be as soft and as smooth as if you want. Doesn't matter. Your beliefs are your beliefs. You're going to vibrate to what you're going to vibrate. You're going to get what you're going to get. Everything is going to be perfectly aligned because it's all vibrational. You're going to get what you need when you need it. But because the governments have been suppressed, because the cults and covens have been manifesting all of their money through the underground affiliations, through the black web, there's been so much corruption on this planet, there has to be that plug pulled. And I'm the puller of that plug. I walk with Anubis, I walk with the heavens, I walk with the Galactic Federations, and these are my protections, this is my jurisdiction. Again, if it's not your juice, go to another channel. This is my birthright. I've been silenced, I've been abused, I've been harvested, and I've been hacked. I've been spied, I've been stalked, I've been illegally surveilled. There's been abuse of power, abuse of technology, abuse of information. I've been exploited, I've been defamed, I've been harassed, I've been absolutely discriminated on every level, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, when nobody has even stood before me, had one conversation. Except the ones they set into me, where they set me up. And they try and think that the person before me is somebody that they're just coming as a walking by and they're just pretending to be somebody that walked by and thinks I'm interesting, they're gonna stop and talk. Bullshit. I've known every one of your setups. Tested, experimented, observed, studied, tested, experimented, observed. You have little people come and try and take my hairs and take my DNA and try and poison me. How many times have I been poisoned? How many sacrifices? We're getting close to 60 now. How many millions have been spent to try and take me out? Getting close to 7. How many people in the arts and entertainment industry have been harvesting off me, have been attacking me and projecting their energies at me? How many of these entertainment people have wanted my power? A misunderstanding of power on this planet. I'm here to help align that if you so desire. And if you don't, move aside. 6 or 7. 6 or 7 in the arts and entertainment industry have been using and abusing me and harvesting off of me, and their careers are coming down. They must pay in retribution. They must pay and they must redeem their souls. And if they choose not to, that's their choice. Karma must be paid. You don't get to abuse people. You don't get to say, I want her light, I want her gifts and skills, let's swap a destiny, let's gather as many people as we can and gather 100 people in a room and we're gonna do magic on her and we're gonna swipe everything from her. This has been what's been going on since day one of my life. And many starseeds on this planet are going through the exact same thing. And why many people don't make it out of trafficking, and why many women, you don't see any women role models anywhere in our collective. And you see many of the entertainment industry, the ones that are coming forward to speak truth, like Twitch, I think his name is, which we had a channel about him a couple of weeks ago. All of these people that do come forward and are catching things that are going on, and these things that are going on, it's very covert. And there are people in the industry that have known, and they've just disappeared and had tragic endings. There's many starseeds on this planet that are meant to move things forward, and we're not going to be stopped. It's when you start thinking about, oh, they're here to take it. It's a bullshit. No, people want to live in corruption and they want their trafficking to keep going through because they're making a bajillion dollars at it. And they don't care about what they do. So it's time for you all to face your deeds. This is judgment time. The carpet's being pulled out from underneath everybody. The governments have been absolutely involved in human hunting and human hunger and human targeting. My story is one that will survive, and it will survive on all timelines and all realms. And I absolutely will be lifted. My story will continue for all time. I shouldn't have survived, and I did, because it's meaning for all of humanity. Who and where and why, and how much did you give your power to? That's why we have to put church and state aside and start off scratch. Who are you? Who are you as a soul? Who are you as godly? And when we say godly, those little energies of religion come creeping back in, and then you're going to get triggered. So then put them to the side again, push it out. Use your consciousness, push it out. Who are you? You have DNA, you have infinite aspects of gloriousness. Your DNA is who you are. Your DNA is who you are. You have your blueprint of your soul, which is designed by the heavens of the highest form in 13 dimensions. You're designed by the heavens. You have a collective and you have Gaia. Your soul blueprint is all of this, and it aligns in how you behave positively or negatively, and this is your soul's journey. When you clear karma, you activate codons. You activate the codons, which assist you in moving up the dimensional ladder called Jacob's ladder. You have chakras that help you, have chakras that have information, and you're able to work with light and align light. But your cycle is infinitely now, infinitely now, infinitely now, infinitely now. That's why you have synchronicities and timelines, and you have fields of light that show you whereabout are you cycling in your ascension path. These little patterns, they're all patterns of energy. If you don't heal that energy, it's going to keep coming back until you heal it, till you integrate it, make it whole. Every one of us on earth are part of Mother, Father's DNA. Mother and Father, Source Creator, are saying, let's call our children back to the DNA and give them eternal life if they so choose. But they must work on 51% of why they chose what they chose. Why did they choose separation? Why did they choose discrimination? Why did they choose to hate and separate? Because it's our lesson as going the farthest out from Source to be recombined back in. Each of us are codons. Each of us are being activated by light. That is the Source's will. That is the Father's will for each of us to be given light so that we may live in our highest and our best for all eternity. When we understand how to use our bodies, through understanding of our Merkaba, through understanding our light body, through activating our DNA, through working and aligning with light, for knowing that our celestial teams and our celestial guides would never come here and start a war. My goodness, the low vibrational consciousness. The first and highest protocol of all galactic federations is to never interfere. That's why it is our #1 universal law. The right use of free will and non-interference. Those people that sign on to my live stream all the time, they're paid to interfere. They're paid to knock me off. They're paid to hate. They're paid to come on and blasphemy. They're paid. They're paid to abuse all spiritual and human rights laws. Where are my rights? I'm teaching humanity how to move into eternal life. Where are my rights? My birth information has been held back from me as a control tool. My monies have been withheld. I have a matter of 15 cents to my name. That's all I have. And I work my ass off, night and day, energetically for the planet and for the multiverse. I work my ass off. I pour 150% in every second I'm here. I'm exhausted. I'm here to bring stories of awakening. And some will find it alarming because so much has been hidden and suppressed, because so many have been putting so much power into the false church and state. And the church and state have been absolutely 100% involved in suppressing me and trying to take me out, including the Vatican. and why the experiences of the Vatican and Church and State and why their experiences have been unfolding as they have been, because they are exactly and 100% involved in suppressing me, the highest divine being that has ever been sent on this planet in the star cluster DNA that I have and I operate within. I deserve respect. That's all I've asked for. And every day I come on, I have to fight just to stay alive. Vibrationally. Why? Why can't I be who I am? If I am where I am, that's the divine plan. It's up to nobody on any side of any wall to say where I belong. Who are you? You're saying it because it's a reflection of you. You don't feel like you belong because you don't have any sense of self. I have a full sense of self. I know who I am. And I state it and I live it and I am it. I vibrate as it. That's why I'm always lifted. That's why I'm always saved. That's why I'm always protected. Because I know who I am. I will not be groomed and I will not be lured, however much you have tried. The millions you have spent, you haven't managed to disconnect me from Mother, Father. The millions that you have spent, you have not managed to open my legs and put any one of your satanic people in and make snuff videos. I've been celibate for 15 years and I'm 100%, 150% threaded Mother, Father, God in every breath. And I'm here to serve. The jurisdiction will always be my heavens. It will never be small cults or covens. It will never be lower vibrational groupthink, because your groupthink is hateful. And you need to look at it, because there's only two paths. There's Epstein Earth, or there's New Earth Star. And you're the only one that can align who you are within who you are. You're the only one that aligns your cells. You're the only one that aligns your DNA. You're the only one that aligns your pillar of light. You're the only one that aligns your chakras. And I don't care either way. I am here to be exactly as I am to be, just as I empower every one of you. Be exactly who you're meant to be. Without any religions, without any church and state suppressing you, or without them targeting you, or without them luring you into lower vibrational cults and covens that make you think that you need them, but you don't. There's nothing outside of you needed to be your highest potential, and I am proof of that. Just because I don't live in the fanciness of all the things that you all have, it doesn't mean that it's not there. It's there. It's being held back from me by people that are absolutely corrupt and wanting to break my soul and wanting to enforce poverty, enforce suicide, enforce insanity, and enforce death. And God knows their agendas and their programs, and God will not allow it. Because I have brought more light here and I have done more correction to the multiverse than any other human has ever done in a body. I do great work. Work that most people won't be able to understand, but that's okay. I'm not here to explain it to people. I'm an alchemist, I'm a healer, and I'm a conduit, and I have my right to be who I am. I will not change for any of you. If you're on my channel, you've chosen to raise your consciousness and hear truth, as triggering as it might be. We are going through ascension, and it won't change and it won't stop. Every day we will be bathed in light. Every day you will be triggered to awaken to who you truly are. I teach that and I offer that. I will be a part of the new assemblies of light. The assemblies of light, as Father and Mother said, there will be shifting of timelines so that people that are meant to be in their rightful positions will be in their rightful positions. So that all of Earth that so desire, in their free choosing and their free will, the right use of free will and non-interference is the #1 law that every galactic federation, star being, celestial and alien abide by. They abide by this rule. They will not come and save you. They will not come and interfere on any level in any way unless there is abhorrent abuse of cosmic and spiritual laws and human rights and the basic laws of the planet that have been established do unto others, and criminal offense laws, all of which, over 17 different criminal offenses, have been used and abused, and even more on my 150 years of being here. And why they're so very ecstatic to go and try and find somebody else to scapegoat, tamper with the evidence, and destroy the evidence. And when all of the stories come out and all of the truth and all of the evidence comes out, Everyone will see what has been done. And I don't want any pity, and I don't want any glorification. What I'm asking for is my basic and fair human rights. My spiritual rights to be honored. I am a master as Jesus was. I am here to lift and bring stories of divine heavenly counsel to earth, to assist earth in manifesting the highest light potential and consciousness possible through their innate being of who they are as unique beings within the multiverse. I teach and I heal and I offer activations, and I'm a sacred toner, and I do many wonderful things, and I'm a creative genius. I'm also an intellectual genius. And Spirit once said that my intellect would be far outranking the tests that you have. And I don't wish to take your tests because they don't mean anything to me. Because I know who I am and I know my ranking. And it doesn't have anything to do with your Stanford tests or your independent intelligent tests. Those are your boxes. They're not my boxes. Do you see and understand that? I get to be me. I get to dictate my boxes. And my boxes are infinite. I'm here to be an emulation and a role model. Sovereignty looks like this, dear lighted ones. I claim who I am spiritually. I claim who I am physically. I claim who I am mentally. My God mind is. That makes me the seer and the beer and the conduit. Nobody can be a conduit because they're not in their God mind. Doing a magic voodoo spell does not make them godly. They're not getting the quantum math and knowledge and intelligence. I teach it. I say the same things 1,000 times. But they still go and do destiny swaps that harm and hurt people and take people down. And it's unnecessary. I'm telling all of you, the dark occults are unnecessary. It's giving you nothing but death. Your families are being destroyed. Your businesses are being destroyed. You're choosing it. There is only one outcome of your dark occult. Whatever you do is going to come back. Your death wishes, your little chants in the forest, your graveyard, your mirror magic, your blood magic, your voodoo magic, your poisoning people's drinks to make sure they pass away faster. Meanwhile, you're at the insurance office and you're going to go see who's going to be taken out next. You better bet the investigators are all over those insurance companies and all over every lawyers that are signing any estate and wills in Calgary and everybody involved in that cult. Everybody involved all the way up to the government. Make sure that the insurance companies are investigated. We want to pull out every report of these insurance companies that are also in doing affiliate businesses with the funeral homes. And we want to know the money's going back and forth to each and every one of them. I want to see the books. We're going to also look at the affiliated churches and where they really operate and how they really operate. And we're going to go into the basement. I want the books. We're going to go right up to the top to see how and who and what and which of these local governments have been affiliated in each of them. And I want to see their books. I want to see what affiliated companies that they have in importing and exporting. I want to see the books. Part of my job when I worked at the bank was a commercial administrator. And I would look at business books. I would look at where their expenditures were, how their expenditures were, how they were moving product. That was my job. You all judged me. I'm talking about the ones that come online and produce hate every day, and they want to present and they want to stay in their satanism. So stay in your satanism. I don't care where you sit. I'm here for the ones that want to move through ascension. But there's a whole bunch of people, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds into the thousands, that are sent to me to try and take me out and stop me. And God is saying, no, I have my right. If the governments have been doing what they've been doing, and 80,000 in 1 year are being affected, or 800,000, whatever that number was, by their illegal organ trafficking, millions of children every year affected by trafficking, millions and millions and millions, and the numbers go up. It's in every city, it's in every community. If these people can behave and act, and adults that have actually certificates from universities and white-collar businesses and fake businesses that they pretend are actual businesses, but they're not. They're just little masks that they wear for their affiliation and their trafficking rings and their RICO rings and their crime rings and their fraud rings. Calgary. Guilty, 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 guilty. Calgary is guilty. There's been nothing that's been made right. Look at the books on the church in Calgary. Look at it. Go into the basement of that church. They've been trying so hard to get rid of their evidence. And all they're chanting, wherever you chant, there will be Gaia energies to say, stop. I've had enough of your hate. I've had enough of your magic trying to force people to be in your life and you in theirs. You're not going to force manifest anybody. It's against spiritual law. It's against universal law. We talk about this every single time we come on. There's two paths, dear lighted ones, and there's no more windows and there's no more opportunities. You have to redeem your soul to move into 5D, the eternal gates where you can be eternal with Source Creator, the Mother, the Father. The Father's will is. If you hear any statement that ends with, it is the Father's will, then you better step down and you better bow. That is your final call. And again, it's not up to me if you believe or you don't believe. Test it for yourself and see what happens. If you hear, this will be done by the book, and it is the Father's will, if you hear those two statements by your guides, if you hear those two statements by someone like me, Anubis, if you hear those two statements, you better bet it is your last and final call. And you better take a knee. And you better put your arrogance in check and your energy in check. These are actual truths, and I sound the way I do because I'm tired of being abused. I've reclaimed my post as leader and spiritual guide on this planet. I have earned it. I am one of the planet's best healers and spiritual guides, and my teachings are like no other teachings ever placed on this planet, and they will outlive me, and they will be here for centuries and centuries and centuries and eons to come. I am of the multiverse. I am of many species and of many beings, and I am stars. In my words, I activate remembrance of cosmology within you. I will not sit down for arrogance and misogyny and masochism and sadism. Play your games in another playground because you're going to be moved. The arrogance of such playing, they will be moved. Their timelines will be pulled. Thy word is. The light workers are going to step up, and the healers will step up. And the proper leaders will step up. And if you have done right and followed your gut and followed your intuition and followed the laws, you have nothing to worry about. Sit and continue healing your triggering and healing your integrative oneness. Oneness, all you do affects everyone else. Why you have to get these lessons, why you have to get it, and why you must think that anything you hear outside of that is ridiculous. The number one law the Galactic Federations all adhere to with strict knowingness. They will never interfere unless it is that abhorrent. And it has been on my life. And I speak for all children. I speak for Gaia, and I speak on behalf of the heavens and all divine feminine. What has happened on this planet has been diabolically corrupt. And there will be correction. Every dollar and every penny will be repaid to me, and we will come up with new systems of light within the assemblies of light, and we will be guided by the higher realms. Because what has been working in church and state has been nothing but black web corruption, and it's in a red flag. And you choose what earth you want to be on. There's no judgment by God, and God will love all either way. But you're not going to continue to take out the innocent and pretend that you're untouchable while you go around playing mafia, hit daddy, pimp daddy, and killing anybody you want. Check the toxicology reports of any deaths in Calgary. That includes the children. I want toxicology reports on every death in Calgary and every cult and coven affiliate. Investigations of what's going on underneath the sinks and in their garages. And get receipts from the garden stores. There's patterns. There's poisonings there. Toxicology reports on every death. Sacrificing in such activity of dark occultism is murder, and you're going to be held accountable for it. Are we all listening now? How about we have higher intelligence so we can get on with having fun and creating a higher life earth? I don't need to fight for my voice in my life every time I come online. It's not acceptable. Divine Feminine will have her voice, and I'm going to bring as many children that will rise by the hand of the Father and everyone else that so chooses to raise their frequency and call out trafficking and call out dark occultism and call out every community that thinks that intimidating and bullying and stalking and spying and hacking is okay, because it isn't. These practices are not okay. Whether you're in a business, whether you're in the church, whether you're in a judge and a judge is asking you to look by a piece of paper. No, you stand up and you do the right thing, because it's going to come your time where God will test you. What is your character? Who are you? Who are you? What do you exist within, and what exists within you? If God exists within you, you're not going to be swayed either way, because you're going to know God will support you and God will protect you no matter what. No matter how many bullies are attacking you. No matter how many sacrifices are coming at you. No, I am one with God. Test God and see what happens. Why I walk today. I walk, I am. What else do you need? I am, dear lighted ones. This is my destiny. And I'm standing in it. I am my destiny. I am thy name. And nobody will take it from me. What I'm asking for now is I want repayment on what was stolen from me. I want everything repaid. And I want it yesterday. Because I don't like living in the street. I shouldn't live in the street. I'm a genius. This shouldn't happen. I've got answers for all of humanity's issues and problems. And yet I'm silenced. Will you stand for your fellow human, dear lighted ones? You're going to be tested. Will you? Or will you fall victim and give your power to the cult or coven that you think is giving you everything? Is it giving you an easy life when you sell your soul? Is it giving you an easy life when children are being sacrificed left, right, and center? Is it easy life when you have your children that are going to these private rituals and who knows what's happening to them? Is it easy when the children are being groomed for fraud and RICO rings? Is it an easier life? Do you care about your soul? Yes or no? Do you care about the progression that your soul will go on? Yes or no? Do you care about the journey that your soul is going to have? Do you care about the light that your soul has? Do you care about the light? Do you care about the field? Do you care about what's going on? Do you care about hearing spirit? Do you care about your guides? Do you care about the celestials? Do you care about the light ships? Do you care about the water? Do you care about the oceans? Do you care about the food you eat? Do you care about how food goes through your body? Do you care about making greater light in your body? Do you care about the songs coming out of your voice? Do you care about being your highest star? Do you care about all that you are so that you can be you and nobody else can be you but you? You can be the highest creativity. Nobody else can take it from you because you're you. It's in your blood. It's in your DNA. And you can make anything. And you can be you. And you can be you. Why not be you? Why not be you? And there are a million unsung songs. There are a million unsung plays. Get on stage, delighted ones. It's always you. It's always you. You can't be anyone, delighted ones. You have to be you. And don't let anybody take that from you. Be you. You never have to sell your soul to be a magician. And the magician is allowing you to live fully through you, in you, of you, as you. You'll hear from many systems and stars and planets. Anchor it. Be you. Be the voice of you. Be the shining, glistening aspect of you. Nobody can replicate this. Nobody. None. Not one on this planet can replicate me. Not for a minute. My vibration is grand. Si'amaka e t'kea e nanaka. Namai ke t'kea shia namaa. Te'amama e t'kea shia namaka t'kea. And there is new law and order. Think twice when you do your dark occultism. If it's dark, if it's anchored in dark, it's intended in dark. Guess what? You're going to get dark. You're going to get dark. You're intending it. So think about magic. It should not be played with as a toy to get stuff. If you're going to get stuff, then go back to your sense of self and heal it. Because you don't need anything outside of you but you. You and God, you and Source, you and your higher self, you and your God mind. That's it. And when you get to 5D, it'll just be a thought and you'll be creating like that. But you must be entrained so that all around you is not harmed by your thoughts. And your willy-nilly will. And why we've had to pull the plug on all the magic. Because there's people leaving this planet left, right, and center, and they don't have any right to take life. They're very important beings and children and destinies that were written only by God Who is anyone on this planet to say they know God's wish? None have a right. Natural order, dear lighted ones, and anybody telling you any different, move away. The beings of the celestials will not come in and run over, take over anything. My goodness, please get educated. They're not UFOs, they're light ships. They bring light. They are us in other versions, in other dimensions, in other frequencies. They're our family. It is what we are meant to be integrating, is the full integration of who we are and always have been. The celestials have been visiting us since the very first aspect of life on this planet. I was one of them. I was from the Pleiadian sisters, and I came to one of the very first human collectives, and I was teaching them how to garden and how to use the land and offer with the land and make food with the land. We've been here since day one, dear lighted ones. Time to wake up. Put church and state aside, and this weekend, do work on you. Go with it. Who are you, a spirit? Doesn't it feel good? Oh. And you can wake up. And you can be you for the first time in a millennia. Be you, dear lighted ones. Don't be anybody else. There's going to be new law and order, and it will be done through those of us that have direction and access through the highest councils of light. We've called those out that need to be called out, and there will be retribution and there will be repayment. Those of you that feel you need to have retribution with me and you need to talk with me and pay me back, we don't. I've said that 1,000,000 times. There's nobody from Calgary I want to talk to. There's nobody that's called my fake family that I want to talk to. If you think you know something about me that I don't know, you can put it in a hard copy form and send it to the bank and the address of the bank that I've given. I don't need to speak with you. I don't need to have you in front of me wasting more of my time and wasting more of my energy and doing more voodoos and root spells on me so that you can bind your karma to me. There will be no other person that will ever hurt me, stand before me ever again. You've done far too much suppressing and silencing and raping of my sweet, 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 sweet soul. I was one of the most innocent souls of light brought to this planet, and my innocence was raped from me. It was raped through horrible hurt curses and hexes and hate from other people where they weren't sure about who they were, and they were sad about who they were, and they were jealous and envious about who they were, and they had no sense of self because of their beliefs. And I paid for it. I paid for all of their stories of hate and misalignment. And so I teach about it. I have my right to enjoy life now. I have my right to enjoy my body, whatever is left of it. I have my right to start manifesting from my own light, if you will all just let me. Please stop hurting the children. You don't have a right to claim their life as yours. You never did and you never will. Divine Feminine are equal partnerships in the raising of this planet. Where are they in the collective? And are they raised with integrity and maturity and value and honor and worthiness? Where are the men that are lifting the women? I will not change for anybody. I love who I am. Thank you, Holy Mother and Father, for birthing me as a unicorn spirit as I am. And thank you to all my celestial children that love me and allow me to be exactly who I am. I hope I make you proud one day, children. This has been such a sad and confusing ride for me. When all you do is offer help and hope and you're just used, and there's people and companies running off with your ideas and your hard work and your intellectual property, and groups of very dark, horrible people having orgies to manifest off of your name, and falsifying criminal charges and accusations that bring your sacred, sweet name into such horrible places that you would never step through your own choice, because you wouldn't, because you're not. But these people have enforced it on me. And you're all forgiven. You sad, sad, sick people. What you do to children and the innocent and the sweet. That's why you're triggered, is because I'm innocent. And most live in lies. I've never been in a porn video. I've never been on Fans Only and OnlyFans. I am celibate for over 15 years. My intellectual property is all my own. I create it and I download it with source. I am an ultra human. And I'm asking for my birth records, and I'm asking for my money to be returned. I'm tired of living in the street so unnecessarily because people are being so ignorant and selfish and masochistic. I don't owe anybody. My ex was a mistake, and I wish him well in whatever he chooses. He will never step before me ever again, and he and everybody he belongs with is guilty for the many crimes that they have all committed. Right up to the intellectual governments that cause them and think that they are smarter than anybody else, and they're not. They will be held liable. I want apology letters from both governments, and I want a dual passport. And the faster you return it will only be that you're going to save yourself some days of karma. Because every day you will be blocked and you will be stopped, and anything that you find important will be ripped out from underneath you. And until I get retribution and full payment, and the monies are back in my bank account, and the hard copies are sent to my bank, I will not meet with you. And anybody that thinks they're holding anything back because they're waiting for the right time, and they're waiting for this and they're waiting for that, perhaps you sit and think about what it's like to sleep in the freezing cold in the rain every single night, and you just keep thinking about how it is to do right. It's not rocket science. If you've withheld truth and light and honor and peace that someone can have, and money that someone can have to ease their life and to help others, because all I have done since living here is help others. And what could I have done if I had already been living my best life? How many people could I have saved? How many people and how many children could I have brought into safe homes? That's what I cry about every day, is how many children I could have saved. I hope I inspire anybody that's going through trauma and karmic energies. And if you have people in your family that do black magic but say they don't, meanwhile you're feeling sick and all of your money is going out the window, but they seem to be living large, better bet that they're doing magic and voodoo, and you have every right to reclaim your power. Nothing can have any hold over you unless you give it permission, so don't give it permission. These people don't have permission over you. They never did and they never will. No Satanist has any energy over you, cannot sacrifice you unless you give them permission. Do not allow any energy or entity that has any power over you. Don't give them permission. Reclaim your power, reclaim your voice. Nobody has a right to touch you vibrationally, sexually, primordially, or any other way that they might think they have power over you, to write your name on a piece of paper and sell you in the underground black web to the next bidder or to the person that they owe money to because they're a gambler and they've made bad on all their debts. Meanwhile, their children and 8 of their wives in their harem that they don't even know they're in are being sold to the next cult and coven to be handled for the next 50 years of their life. These are illegal acts, and I will speak on them. And whatever you call yourself, if it's a warlock or a master or a 33rd degree, whatever, they're illegal as fuck. And you're gonna come down. You don't have a right to enslave, to enforce poverty, to enforce insanity, to enforce mind-numbing, brain-numbing, brain-sacrificing magic on people so that you get away with your crimes. This is over, people. Your cults and covens are coming down. If you don't alter course, your karma will be tenfold, and then you will sit in all of your backfire. Because you've all been told, this is not how we operate in unity consciousness, and you have all been told. alter course, and learn about energy with reverence and honor. You were given a life in that respect. Perhaps we start beginning there. Reverence and honor, value all life, because we haven't been. My life story will be the exactness of that. And I thank you. Anybody that would like to donate or book a session of healing, activation, lectures, webinars, and classes. I am one of the top teachers on soul integration and soul healing and soul fragmentation for us to become 5-dimensional. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Holy Spirit. My PayPal for donations and anything that anybody would like to contribute, I would be honored. And those of my clients that have, you are forever walking with the angels. It is paypal.me/Joanna L. Ross. That's who I am. I've chosen the name Celeste so that I'm not taking on any of the fraudulent, false claims that have been impaled upon me by corrupt people that refuse to be accountable. They will not touch my money or my soul or my spirit. They never had permission. I am fully integrated. I am a starseed. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I say goodbye and I wish you namaste, dear lighted ones. I love you so very much. I would love any donations and for all of you to join me on Monday as we go into any channeling I think we're going to do about the shifting of the timelines. That's going to be a lot of fun. And we'll do our cards. We'll do our triangles. I love you so very much. Send me an email if you wish. Anything that is benevolent will get through to me. Just ask Mother, Father, God to make sure it gets through to me. I love you.